Hello, and happy Tuesday, which is my book reviews day. And today I want to talk to you about Life in a Haunted House by Norman Prentiss, coming eventually from Cemetery Dance. That's not a knock at Cemetery Dance. I'm not going to do that in this video. I know some people, have delays. This one is coming eventually down the pipeline. I had gotten this advanced review copy a year or two back with a forthcoming grab bag. It was originally scheduled for 2021 release, but obviously it's 2022 and it hasn't come to fruition. It was originally released as an ebook by Cemetery Dance back in 2017. Features this beautiful cover artwork by Lynne Hansen. Kind of looks like a retro science fiction and horror magazine that one would have. You can see like a haunted novel, Monster Project Special Edition. You got your little blurbs on it, a budget studio production. In short, Life in a Haunted House is not what the title will suggest. I mean, even if you read the blurb on the back, you know that you're not going to get an actual haunted house story in the traditional sense of a haunted house story. No, this is actually a coming-of-age story. It follows young Brendan as he deals with his parents' divorce. His parents are recently divorced. His mom has a job that's taken him from house to house, from city to city, state to state. And he discovers in his newest house that one of his classmates is the daughter of Bud Preston, a fictional filmmaker that is very much doing low-budget films in the vein of like William Castle or Roger Corman. And these are films that Brendan would religiously watch with his father. And he finds out that, Bud Preston has passed away, but he has now made friends with Melissa Preston, the daughter of this filmmaker that he idolizes. So the haunted house in this sense is like a house full of memories, but it's quite literally a house that was the centerpiece of all these low-budget horror films within the realm of the novel. So as I mentioned, this was published as an ebook back in 2017. They were going to do a paperback version, which I don't think ever came into fruition, but it looks like they are jumping to a signed limited edition, which I'm very excited to grab. It was a very fun read. It's not necessarily a horror novel, and I can't say that I've read any Norman Prentiss prior, but it makes me want it. But I know I own various Norman Prentiss titles through Cemetery Dance, and it makes me excited to read more. One of the ongoing tropes throughout the novel is that each chapter is pretty much named after one of these Bud Preston films, like The Animator. So today I am an animator. The Animator wasn't one of his films, but each chapter kind of begins, and I flipped immediately to a chapter that doesn't begin that way, with I am, or today I am the photographer. Today I'm the photographer. And, just a random little trope there. So the entire story follows Brendan as he has this relationship, not a romantic relationship, but a friendship with Melissa Preston, and he connects with her and kind of reminisces upon her own family's past with these films that her father had made, all while trying to stay connected to his own father. And I can't say I am not a child of divorce, so I can't say that I really feel for him in that way, but I do feel bad for the character. I might not be in the same position he's ever been in, but he's a very sympathetic character, and you feel bad for the relationship because he's dangling on a very thin line between like an actual friendship with Melissa and also kind of being manipulative in a way of that friendship because he's clinging on to her father's legacy. So the novel is available in ebook, and eventually there'll be a paperback or signed limited edition. But what's not in the ebook is the entire second half of this volume, which was what I found was really cool. So the second half are bonus features. It's 4 scripts or novelizations of 4 of Budget Preston's films, the Dungeon of Count Verloc, The Lake Monster, The Space Visitor, and The Twisted Face. And so it's very fun. They actually have an afterword by Norman Prentiss here where he an editor's note where he talks about how he found these manuscripts and of these old these old stories, and he's just kind of sharing them with you. I mean, in reality, these films didn't actually exist, so these novelizations are purely written by Norman Prentiss, but they're very fun reads. They're very much in kind of the schlock fest of B-movie pictures that one would expect. So the Dungeons of Count Verloc, you got the Space Invader, which is your classic alien story. You have the Twisted Face, which is one of the films that kind of starts off. The Twisted Face actually has a big importance throughout the entirety of the novel. It keeps getting referred back to, which is kind of more of a crime thriller. There's a serial killer on the loose, and it might be the Twisted Face. But wow, I mean, the second half. So the first half is very much a coming of age story. There's nothing supernatural about it. It's a very touching story about a young boy coming to terms with his parents' divorce and moving to a new town, new school, and then this absolute shock of making a friend who's the daughter of one of your idols. But then the entire second half, you get these short novelizations. The Life in a Haunted House is done. You have the end. It doesn't actually say the end. You move on, and you get these fun little science fiction horror novellas. More like short stories, about 30 pages apiece. The Lake Monster. It's very fun. So obviously, right now it's the tail end of 2022. The signed limited edition hasn't come out yet. I haven't actually even seen this one be advertised yet. I only knew about it from this ARC that I received in a Cemetery Dance bundle. Like I said, a forthcoming bundle. But hey, you know what? Kevin Lucia is now in charge of the paperback line. He needs to get on this, coming out at least paperback. I know the signed limited editions are having delays upon delays, and Cemetery Dance is kind of known for that. But the paperback line has been thriving, so I'm kind of surprised that this one hasn't come out yet. So anyways, don't let the name or the artwork fool you. It's not a haunted house story in the traditional sense. No ghosts in the story other than ghosts of one's past. But it's still a very well-written novel, very fun 4 short stories at the end, all come together into just a great package. Like I said, I can't wait I hope this eventually comes out in the signed limited edition, because I would absolutely add this to my library. But if this is something that interests you, there's a link in the description below where you can pick up the ebook in the meantime. It won't have those 4 short stories in the back. You only get the Life in a Haunted House, the coming of age story, but it's still fun, still worth the time, and still worth the read. Thank you very much, Cemetery Dance, for the advance review copy, and thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you around next time.